Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to talk about the match between Atletico Madrid and FC Barcelona. Now, in this game, Barcelona is going to have to achieve 3 points. This is going to be a very difficult match. I know that right now Barcelona is in a very delicate situation because look, we have tied against Cadiz, we have tied against Granada. Barcelona right now should be in a much better position. And this is also considered as the last game that Barcelona is going to be playing before the international break. We are going to be having a club break for a total of 14 to 15 days, and there has been a sensation, right? Some feelings going on around the social media, around Barcelona, around the club, around the coaching staff that this may be the last game of Ronald Koeman. Because if we were to look at the press conference that Koeman held earlier today, it was a very strange press conference. Because again, based off what he has said in this conference, you can just have that feeling that he is giving the journalist, the press, a final goodbye, and the fans and Barcelona one final goodbye. Because this is what he immediately said before the journalist even asked him something within the press conference. And I quote, "I remind you of a phrase from Van Gaal, good morning to my friends from the press." And you look at those words, right? Which is good morning to my friends from the press. This phrase right here is exactly what Van Gaal has used back in the year of 2000 when he knew that that was going to be his last press conference, when he knew that he was going to be sacked after not winning a single trophy in that season back in 2000 in May. And that is why Koeman did say the exact same thing, because he has a feeling that this may be his last game, which will be against Atletico Madrid. And we are very well aware of the situation. We know exactly what could be going on in Barcelona. We know the list of replacements that may replace Ronald Koeman. Could it be Xavi Hernandez? Could it be Ten Hag? Could it be Marcelo Gallardo? Could it be Pirlo? There are many candidates within that list that could actually replace Ronald Koeman. And he himself, right, the coach, is feeling that. Now, during the press conference, he continued to talk about the flaws of Barcelona, what Barcelona have been struggling on throughout this season. And so he said this, and I quote, "I don't know if another coach could do better. I don't know. The squad is the one we have. We always talk about the system, but the system is created by the type of players. And if you don't have wingers, you have to look for fullbacks." Now, here's the thing, right? Like, you guys already know what I am going to be saying, right? Because if we actually had a coach that actually suited FC Barcelona, that actually understand FC Barcelona, that coach would understand the exact type of system he would need to implement that could greatly suit the players that we currently do have. Because these players that we do have right now, they have been training in a very specific way throughout the past 10 to 15 years. They have been built to play in a certain system that could make Barcelona that much better. And so the fact that Koeman has said this after being here for about a year and a half, and the fact that he is still trying to figure out a system that can best suit these players, it is like, what are you doing? Now, when he did say that there are a lack of wingers, yes, that is true. It is very true that Barcelona do not have a lot of wingers at the moment. But that should not be the reason on why you are defending in a 4-4-2 against a team like Bayern Munich, or not being able to score against a team like Benfica, who is not that much better than a team like Levante. So it's much bigger than not having wingers. Barcelona as a whole, as a collective, should be playing much better than what we have been seeing in the past 2 or 3 games. And then he continued to say, if I had a bag of money, I would still have Messi here. If we recover all of the attackers, we will have a strong squad, and the youngsters are gaining their place, which is great to hear, right? And then he continues to say that Barcelona have a need for quality players in the one-on-one games. I think it's important to create opportunities and score goals, which is very true. We need players that are capable to do a 1v1. But here's the thing that confused me the most about this whole thing, is that what does seem very contradicting is what the coach has been saying within this press conference and what the club has done in the past summer, right? Because the coach did say that they are missing players that can do a 1v1, but at the same time, this club, right, Barcelona, alongside Ronald Koeman, they let go of Connor De La Fuente and Trincao, who are players that can do the 1v1. And then you also do have a player like Demir, who you do not play all the time, and sometimes even sub him for a player like Sergio Roberto. So you do have the players, you just chose not to place them on the field, or you chose to let them go in this summer. So it's like this whole thing just gives you an idea that this coach that we do have does have a lack of a plan and does lack a real idea. But now let's step away from the press conference coming from Ronald Koeman, right? I want to speak about the game, because now that Koeman has put out there what the flaws are for FC Barcelona, many of these problems are actually getting much better, because we have Ansu Fati, who is returning, who can do the 1v1. We have young midfielders who are being implemented into the squad like Gavi, Nico Gonzalez, Frankie de Jong, who can create those opportunities and score those goals. We have everything in our power. We have all the opportunity in the world to bring a good game against Atletico Madrid. If we were to look at the squad list here, we can see that we have everything that we could ask for. We have Jordi Alba, who has received the green light. He is returning. We have Ansu Fati, like what we have discussed before. Ansu Fati will be returning and he will be very important. And then the last player that I do want to talk about, it is going to be Pedri. Pedri is not going to be included within this squad. He has suffered a relapse and will be out for another 2 or 3 weeks. And we saw this coming. We knew that Pedri eventually was going to get injured because after seeing what Pedri had to go through before the game against Benfica, we saw that Pedri was rushed. Pedri should have never started in that game. We have talked about this in the previous video during the post-match review. We should have seen either a player like Gavi or Nico Gonzalez or Ricky Puig starting over a player like Pedri. But now we are here, right? Now Pedri has received another relapse and he will be out for another 2 or 3 weeks. Now, does this matter in the long term? No, it doesn't, because Barcelona is going to be on international break. The only team that will be affected by this injury, it is going to be the Spanish national team. But nonetheless, as for the match against Atletico Madrid, this should not be a problem. We have many great young midfielders that can produce the exact same results like Pedri. And so with the re-emergence of Ansu Fati and Jordi Alba, I do believe that this is a Barcelona squad that can actually approach Atletico Madrid much differently than what we have seen before. This is a Barcelona team that can play much more offensive. And so it does get me very excited. Hopefully Koeman can pull off a great win against Atletico Madrid. Because if we were to focus on Atletico Madrid and what that team actually is right now, this is a team that actually struggles to create big chances. They are currently sitting within the bottom 6 within La Liga in terms of creating big chances. And many of you guys are going to be saying, but wait a minute, Kevin, doesn't Atletico Madrid have Luis Suarez and Griezmann? Why are they struggling creating big chances? And I have no idea, right? I have no idea what's going on between Griezmann and Luis Suarez. Yes, they have scored in the previous match for the Champions League, but if we were to assess the whole season, Griezmann and Luis Suarez have yet to form a real duo and really perform for Atletico Madrid. Now, we have seen Suarez being more on form compared to Antoine Griezmann because he has scored a total of 3 goals in the past 3 matches. And I think that because of this, because Atletico Madrid have their own struggles of their own, this is where Barcelona have to take advantage. But at the same time, we still have to be very careful because we do not know if Griezmann and Suarez are going to be showing up against Barcelona, because Griezmann and Suarez know exactly how Barcelona plays and what are their defects. But in the end, this is a Barcelona squad that individually, their players are much better. We can't pull off a great result. We have to. Just like Ronald Koeman did say, this is a Barcelona team that lacks effectiveness within the final third area, but we have that now. And I think that if there are 2 things that I would be pointing out that Barcelona have to do and implement against Atletico Madrid in order to gain the 3 points, it would be to maintain possession and be efficient as possible whenever we do create those opportunities, which is going to lead us towards the lineup. What could be the correct lineup in order for us to get those results? A lineup that can give us the possession that we do want, a lineup that can give us the efficiency that we do want to see. So looking at the lineup here, I do expect Ronald Koeman to use a 4-3-3 with Mingueza playing as the right back, Piqué and Araujo playing as the center back duo, Serginho Dest on the left. Many are going to be asking, what about Jordi Alba? Jordi Alba is still a player that needs to be implemented slowly. I just do not see Jordi Alba being placed immediately within this game, so I'm going to go with Dest on the left, Mingueza on the right, and maybe Jordi Alba may come in the last 20 minutes in place for Mingueza and Dest can move on the right. As for the midfield, I do expect to see Busquets, Frankie de Jong, and Gavi. Gavi is a player that we do need because Gavi has shown that he can be a player that can disrupt the midfield, a player that can disrupt the momentum of the opposition's attack, and that is going to be very important, and especially when you know that you want to be a team that can maintain possession. As for the front 3, I do expect to see a front 3 of Demir on the right, Memphis in the middle, and Ansu Fati on the left. Like I've said before, I know that Demir has not been the most popular player. I know that Koeman rarely plays Demir or starts Demir within the starting 11, but if Ronald Koeman is actually serious about lacking on players, on wingers that can do a 1v1, Demir is there to do that for you. Demir is a player that challenges a 1v1. He loves to do that. And if you can put him alongside Memphis and Ansu, this could be a front 3 that can find you solutions, that can find you opportunities, that can score goals. But we're going to have to wait and see. If Ronald Koeman actually places Sergi Roberto within the starting 11 and he does not take this seriously, then we can actually see a very bad result. But in the end, we are going to be finding out tomorrow and what that lineup is going to be looking like. And that is going to be the final conclusion. Hopefully Koeman can leave in a strong note. Hopefully Koeman can leave with a big bang. We put out a great performance against Atletico Madrid and then we're done. The Koeman era will be officially over and Barcelona will be having a massive massive rehaul and overhaul by the time we do come back during the international break. It should be very interesting. It is going to be a very long international break because we are going to be hearing so many rumors on who that coach may be. And you guys already know what coach is my preferred one, and that is going to be Xavi Hernandez. If it cannot be Ten Hag, if it cannot be Pep Guardiola, if it cannot be Luis Enrique, the preferred coach that I believe will be the most suited for this club, it is going to be Xavi Hernandez. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona pre-match preview. Let me know what you guys do think about this lineup in the comment sections down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.